What is the best beginner photographer camera? The answer is complicated, but it's not because there are a lot of cameras today. It's because it varies and it depends. But first, I gotta pick up my first compact camera right behind me, so I'll be right back. I got the camera and it's a good condition, I bought it. But what would I need a compact camera when I already have the GX9, which is compact by itself? What would I need two cameras? Well, it all depends on what you really need, not what you want. Let's talk about it. We're all so caught up with specs that we want to buy the best thing out there, but what if we're just starting out photography? Won't we want to find out for ourselves if it's something we want to do? If we buy a full frame, let's say, the most expensive camera out there, and then we find out that photography isn't fun for us, we've wasted a bunch of money and then we have to sell the camera. So we need to start with a low price. And the camera isn't for me, it's for my wife, which has her birthday this week. I'm filming it on July, so happy birthday! This will be posted a week after, of course. I won't gamble on posting it a day before. She's a darling, she watches all my videos. So let's start with what I bought and what a beginner photographer really needs, because she wants this camera mostly for abroad. And I bought the RX 100V Mark III, which is pretty old on paper, but it's not just about the camera, just the specs around it and the idea, because you don't have to buy this specific camera. But you can take the things that I teach you here for other cameras, for any beginner photographer you know, or maybe for yourself. So let's talk about, first of all, the compactness of it. There is a corny sentence that goes like this: the best camera is the camera you have on you. So starting with a compact camera will help you out because you can just take it anywhere. And a point and shoot usually would be a lot smaller than an interchangeable lens camera, as you see. Of course, if I turn this on, it still isn't comparable. Yeah, it's still small, but you can see that this could have a lot of power. Of course, when we're talking about point and shoots, there comes the discussion of sensors, because this uses a CMOS sensor, and of course all the hype recently is about CCD sensors. What kind of sensor do you need to start your photography journey? If you're enjoying the video so far, give it a like, because it would mean a lot to me and to a lot of people to start photography and want to start the right way and not waste a lot of money. Thank you. CCD sensors are a technology used in older cameras that produce much more film-like imagery. I grew up with film photography because I'm a 90s kid, so my family had a camera each and every vacation. We had albums. I wanted to buy a CCD sensor camera for myself because I wanted to feel the film-like vibe, you know? But the camera isn't for me, it's for my wife. And people who start photography today are more used to phones than ever. CCD sensors, although produce film-like imagery, they actually make images that are much softer, because that's what film is about, and we are more used to sharp photographs that are fast. Here comes CMOS sensors, which are much cheaper to produce and are present in all digital cameras today. So I opted for a CMOS sensor because it produces sharp images that we all see and love, like we see on social media today. So don't get caught up in the hype of CCD sensors and film-like photography. Just buy a CMOS sensor. It would be easier to find as well, because the prices skyrocketed for CCD sensor cameras because it's all the hype now to shoot film, you know. So let's talk about the next thing, which is actually the lens of your camera, because it really matters what lens you have on that point and shoot. As someone who starts with photography, you don't really know if you like things very wide or very far, so it would be very nice if you have the reach for that. Most point and shoots have a zoom lens. Some don't, so make sure you watch out for that. This one is equivalent for a 24 to 70, which is a normal focal length. You can have it very wide, you can have it very far, which is awesome because then you can find out whether you like it wider, further, or just have the flexibility to shoot whatever you want when you're abroad or going about your daily life. And the last thing we're gonna talk is actually the extras that point and shoots can have. And this brings us back to the beginning of the video. But buy what you really want. Buy what you really need, not what you really want. And it depends on the extra perks of the camera. This camera, for example, has the option of a companion app, which means that you can transfer the photos easily to your phone and post them to social, which is a really good thing for my wife, which I haven't mentioned her name yet. Wow. My wife, Anna. Hi. Because she can actually take the photos from here, transfer them to here, and have it in the palm of her hand. Less friction. It comes in other features like a tilty screen, for example, or other things. It all depends on your need. Take a look at the extras and ask yourself whether you actually need those extras. What would you use them for? Imagine yourself using them. Because if you don't really need them, you can maybe buy a cheaper alternative that would suit you better. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like and make sure to watch the video here, which I don't know which because I didn't think of anything. And I'll see you next week. Bye!